Hey everyone, it's Haley Jensen, your East Idaho Realtor. Welcome to 2025. It's the first week of January, and there was a lot of activity on my YouTube channel in this first week of the new year, which means a lot of you are thinking of relocating to Idaho Falls. So if you're new here, we are going to address 5 myths about living in Idaho Falls and see if you think it is the right place for you to move your family in 2025. Okay, myth number 1 is that Idaho Falls is just a podunk rural town with nothing to do and no jobs. That is in fact not true. We are the largest city in eastern Idaho, and we have growing sectors in education, engineering, and healthcare. So we have several hospitals here that bring in a lot of jobs. We are a major city closest to the Idaho National Laboratory, or the INL, which has fantastic job opportunities for the citizens of Idaho Falls. And we also have great education opportunities with both a community college and then campuses for both the University of Idaho and ISU. So if you have college-age kids, or you think your kids are going to be wanting to go to school close to you in Idaho Falls, we have great opportunities for them to continue their education here. So another thing to consider when you're thinking about how rural Idaho Falls is that we are currently beginning a $45 million project in expanding our airport. So it's going to expand by about 18,000 square feet. I'm super excited about this. We've really begun to enjoy flying out of Idaho Falls. I mentioned in previous videos that we usually drive down to Salt Lake to find better prices and better flights. But in the past, I would say 6 months to a year, Idaho Falls has really stepped it up with their travel. We have found cheaper flights out of Idaho Falls than traveling all the way to Salt Lake City, and we travel quite a bit. So keep that in mind. Idaho Falls Airport is getting a new look, bigger expansion, and gonna have a lot more opportunities for you to stay connected with your friends and family that don't live in Idaho. Myth number 2 is that all Idaho Falls is potato fields. Now, we do have some potato fields, but honestly, not that many. And you'd be surprised, actually, we have a lot of wheat, barley, grain, corn, and stuff like that. Potatoes obviously are still our biggest export. But we used to be almost all farmland with a few shops and stores and houses, but now, of course, as it goes, we are expanding more and more and more. Now, a fun fact about the potato fields is a few school districts in our area, not in Idaho Falls proper, but in places like Shelley, Firth, and a little bit farther up north, they still observe spud harvest break, which means during the spud harvest, they get 2 weeks off of school so kids can help in the potato fields. Now, this started when a lot of our residents were farmers and they needed those teenage kids to help them harvest all those potatoes before the weather turned. Now it's more like people go to Disneyland or California and they really take advantage of that fall break. But a lot of moms and a lot of teenagers take that 2 weeks. They work a lot of hours harvesting those potatoes. They make quite a bit of money right before Christmas. So anyway, it's kind of a fun fact to know and tell about Idaho Falls is yes, we still get spud break. Myth number 3 is that the Idaho Falls weather sucks year round. That couldn't be farther from the truth. We have talked a lot about weather on my channel because when I get calls, mostly from people from California or Texas, they're really worried about the weather. We enjoy 4 seasons in Idaho Falls. Our winters are cold. They are snowy, but let's see, it's January 1st and we just barely got our first real snow that stuck just after Christmas. So we enjoy fall, and then our winter generally starts after Christmas and goes into March, and then we get into our spring. So the weather is cold. It is snowy here in the winter. I've talked a lot about finding hobbies to make sure you can enjoy that winter, like skiing and snow machining, which there is so much opportunity to do that here in the winter with different ski resorts, backcountry skiing, all sorts of opportunity to enjoy the snow. And then you've heard me talk so much about how amazing the summers are and how close we are to amazing hiking, fishing, mountain biking. So yes, the winter is cold, but we really do enjoy all 4 seasons of weather, and we travel a lot in the winter. We have quite a few little trips planned here and there. I was just talking about the Idaho Falls Airport. We got tickets to go to Mesa at the end of the month for $46 round trip. amazing. Anyway, and then in the summer, we will not leave. We do not leave Idaho. We love the summers in Idaho. It's the best part of the year. So incredibly beautiful. So we've just found a way to make it work. We love the weather. We love the winter. We ski, we enjoy it, but we also take advantage of that time to travel and kind of get out and see our friends and family who live in other places. Myth number 4 is that there are no job opportunities in Idaho Falls. As I mentioned before, the Idaho National Laboratory, or as we call it, INL, or people also call it the site out here, is our largest employer. They employ thousands of people, from engineers, scientists, down to their support staff and cleaning crew. They really provide a lot of good paying jobs for the people of Idaho Falls. So if you are kind of picking the place you want to live and then looking for a job, I would check out the INL, Idaho National Laboratory. We also have 2 main hospitals here, Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center, and then Mountain View Hospital, as well as a new community hospital that's a little bit smaller. So if you're in the healthcare sector, check those out. We are also home to Melaleuca, the Melaleuca headquarters. The owner is from Eastern Idaho, Frank Vandersloot. You may have heard of them. They provide us with a lot of jobs as well. So check out those 3 main sectors. And also our education, as I spoke about before. We are home to some satellite campuses for our Idaho universities, so also opportunities in the education sector. The last myth that I want to touch on is that Idaho Falls is a super cheap place to buy a house. I've seen some of my prospective buyers start to look at the home prices here in Idaho Falls and be kind of surprised at how high the prices are. Now, if we're looking at a national average, we are still lower than the national average. We're still lower than bigger cities like Boise or Salt Lake City or Denver, those cities that are close to us. But if you're looking for a big, huge, nice, beautiful home for $250,000 or $300,000, you're just not going to find that in Idaho Falls anymore. Post-pandemic, those prices are gone in Idaho Falls. Now, I think that our quality of living and all the things that Idaho Falls has to offer really makes the home prices worth it. We are a conservative community, we are a family-driven community, and we really have a nice quality of life here. But you might be a little bit surprised that your budget isn't going to go as far as you think it will here. My personal average price point of the homes that I sell to my clients is around $500,000. That does get you, a 6-bedroom, 3-bath home here with a little bit of land or a bigger lot. We do have other options, townhomes, things in different parts outside of Idaho Falls and smaller communities, maybe in the 300s. And you can find a decent home in the 300,000s. But if you think that you're going to be somewhere between $250,000 and $350,000, you might really be surprised that that's not going to get you as much home as you want. So if you're new to my channel, I would highly recommend you check out some of my other videos where I do home walkthroughs, where I show you what you can get in that $400,000, $500,000 range. I also do walking tours of the city and different neighborhoods and bust some additional myths and even talk about religion and politics and all of those things. But my most favorite way to connect with prospective buyers or people who are thinking of relocating to Idaho Falls is on the phone or through text message. So if you are watching this video and you are just barely starting to think about your move to Idaho Falls, please don't hesitate to just text me, send me an email. I would love to connect with you in real life and off of YouTube and see if you think that Idaho Falls is the right place for you. I'm a mom of 4. I have lived in Idaho since the year 2000, so I've been here for a while. I've lived both in Boise and in Eastern Idaho, so I have a good feel of how they're different. My family's still over in Boise, so please don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to answer all of your questions. As always, please subscribe to my channel. I put new videos out every single week, and I would love to be the realtor that helps you and your family relocate to Idaho Falls and make it your home. Until next time, thanks for watching.